Camp Willow Creek sat deep in the Wisconsin woods, 3 hours from the nearest town. The drive-in was peaceful. Pine trees, dirt roads, birds singing. I thought I'd made the right choice. I arrived at 2 p.m. on May 15th. The head counselor, a middle-aged woman named Sarah Mitchell, greeted me at the main lodge. She had sharp eyes that didn't blink enough. "Welcome, Jason. You're in cabin 5 with the other male counselors. Dinners at 6, lights out at 10, no exceptions." Something about the way she said "no exceptions" made me nervous. But I nodded, smiled, and dragged my suitcase to the cabin. There were 5 other counselors, 3 guys, 2 girls. We introduced ourselves, shook hands, and settled in. One of them, a guy named Marcus, kept glancing at me like he was trying to remember something. "You new?" he asked. "Yeah, first time." He nodded slowly. "Good luck." I didn't understand what that meant until later. Dinner was canned spaghetti, stale bread, and water from the well. The kids sat at long wooden tables, laughing, shoving each other, doing what kids do. 22 of them, ages 8 to 16. I counted them 3 times just to be sure. After dinner, the counselors gathered in the main lodge for a briefing. Sarah stood at the front, arms crossed, staring at us like we were already failures. "Here are the rules. Never leave the campgrounds without permission. Never go into the North Woods after sunset. Never let a kid out of your sight after dark. Never ever open cabin 4's window after 9 p.m. Break any of these rules and you're gone. No questions, no pay, gone." The room was silent. Someone shifted in their chair. The floor creaked. "Any questions?" Sarah asked. I raised my hand. "Why cabin 4? What's so special about it?" She turned, looked at me. Her face didn't change. "Some questions don't need answers. Just follow the rules." After the meeting, Marcus pulled me aside. "Don't ask questions," he whispered. "Especially about cabin 4. Just don't." "Why?" "Because last year a counselor asked. 3 days later he was gone. Nobody knows where." I laughed. "You're joking, right?" Marcus didn't laugh. "Ask around. Ask about Mr. Henderson." That night I lay in my bunk, staring at the ceiling. The cabin was quiet except for the other counselors breathing and the wind outside. Then I heard it. Laughter. Faint, coming from outside. Kids, probably. But by 11 p.m. all the kids should have been asleep. I grabbed my flashlight, stepped outside. The air was cold. Too cold for May. The moon was half hidden behind clouds. I walked toward the sound. It led me to cabin 4. The laughter was coming from inside. I knocked on the door. No answer. The laughter stopped. I knocked again. Still nothing. I turned the handle. It was unlocked. Inside, the cabin was empty. No kids, no lights, just dust and old wooden bunks. But then I saw it. Through the back window, I saw a tall guy in a green camp shirt talking to a kid through the glass. He had a clipboard. Looked official. "Who are you?" I called out. The guy turned, smiled. His face was wrong, too smooth, like he hadn't aged in years. Then he walked straight into the woods. I ran after him, flashlight swinging, branches whipping my face. But he was gone. Vanished. I went back to cabin 4. The kid through the window was still there, staring at me. I got closer. Realized it was Tommy, one of the 10-year-olds in my cabin. "Tommy, what are you doing?" He didn't answer, just stared. I opened the window. He climbed out, quiet as a ghost. "Who was that guy?" I asked. Tommy's face went pale. "Mr. Henderson. He's been watching us all week." "Who?" "Mr. Henderson, the counselor." I froze. There's no counselor named Henderson. Tommy looked at me like I was crazy. "Yes, there is. He's tall, green shirt, always has a clipboard. I took Tommy back to his cabin, put him in bed, locked the door from the outside. Then I went to the main lodge and demanded to see the staff roster. Sarah met me at midnight. She looked tired. What do you want? There's a counselor named Henderson. He talks to the kids. Green shirt, clipboard. She sighed, ripped the paper off the wall, handed it to me. I scanned the list, 6 names. Mine, Marcus's, 4 others, no Henderson. There's no Henderson, I said. Sarah's voice was quiet. There hasn't been a Mr. Henderson for 7 years. What? He drowned in the lake, 2017. His first summer as a counselor. Kid pulled him under. Never found the body. I felt cold. Then who was I talking to? Sarah didn't answer. 3 days later, Tommy vanished. It was morning. Breakfast. I counted the kids. 21. Where's Tommy? I asked Sarah. She didn't look up. He's sick. Staying in the infirmary. But when I went to the infirmary, the nurse said no kid had been there in weeks. I searched the woods, called his name. Nothing. By noon, the whole camp was searching. Flashlights, dogs, voices calling out. We found nothing. Except one thing. At the water's edge of Lake Willow, Tommy's flashlight still on, sitting in the mud, and next to it, footprints leading into the lake, but none coming out. I quit the next day, drove home without packing. Sarah didn't stop me, just handed me my paycheck and said, "Some places keep their secrets, don't go back." I haven't been back since, but 6 months later, I got a letter, no return address. Inside was a photo of me, taken through a window, from inside cabin 4, and written on the back, "He's still watching, you should have stayed." I called the police. They said the camp had closed down. Sarah had moved. No one knew where. I searched online. Found a forum post from 2017. Someone else who'd worked at Camp Willow Creek. Mr. Henderson never left. He's still there, still watching. And he's always looking for new counselors. I tried to find Tommy's family. No one answered. The house was empty. A for sale sign in the front yard. Last week I got another letter. We're always hiring.